Alright, guys. This is a countdown on my favorite Pokemon. I hope you guys enjoy. Uh, Also, this is brought to you while I made this presentation with Prezi. You guys should really use it because it's really useful and it helped me make this top 10. So, let's get right to it. As you guys can see, kind of spoilers. 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 Sorry. I thought I would just spoil some because I spoiled a bunch already. Alright, shove it. He's adorable. Um, I actually had a channel based off of Shuppet back in the. Actually, it was like earlier this year. But, no, Shuppet's just really cute and he's cool. There's an awesome concept for Pokemon and, like, the backstory that, like, everybody like, comes up with, like, the whole thing with Rotom. That's cool. His eyes look sweet. Look at those eyes. Look at him. Look at him. Alright, anyways, to the next Pokemon. Going up the mountain. Lombre. Alright, Lombre. Lombre is one of my favorite Pokemon because he looks super cool. He looks super cool, and he was also one of the first Pokemon that I ever evolved during a Pokemon game. Because he come a little Lotad and Pokemon Emerald because that was like my first game I think, and I didn't really care about because I think I had like Torchic and I picked Torchic because everyone was saying pick the Fire type because the Fire type's the coolest. But I didn't even like Torchic because I didn't discover how awesome Trico was yet. But then I had Lombre and I evolved him and or I had Lotad and I evolved him into Lombre and he was just awesome and he was my friend and I liked him. Alright, next on the list. Pure based on like power and like what I like in a Pokemon because I love special attack. Like that's probably like I like special more than I like physical. So naturally, the guy with the most special attack is on my list, and he just looks sweet. And honestly, I was terrified of Alakazam when I was watching the anime when I was little because that thing could like kick your butt in like instants with his little spoon things. He'd be like, "Wapow!" Scare me. All right, next on the list, Garchomp. Um, well, Gibble, little known fact, was my first shiny Pokemon that I caught in Pokemon Platinum. That was my first shiny. Um and so I had a shiny Garchomp. Garchomp is probably one of the most powerful Pokemon. He's probably one of the best designed Pokemon too. Like they must have put in a lot of thought to him. And he's also just awesome and I don't think anybody can really disagree with that because Garchomp is probably one of the most loved Pokemon. Alright, next. Eevee. Eevee's on here for nostalgia's sake because Eevee was my favorite Pokemon as a kid. I just loved Eevee. I thought he was adorable. And then when I got my first Eevee, I didn't want him to evolve because I was just like, no, Eevee, you can't evolve. You're too cute. But then I had to, and I evolved him into Umbreon, and Umbreon kicked butt. If I had to have one Pokemon that wasn't on this list, that I would want on this list, it would be Umbreon because Umbreon's just sweet, and I don't think many people disagree with that. Um, nah, but I loved Eevee. Eevee was adorable in the anime. I remember one specific episode with Eevee and like all the evolutions in like the first season or like the first like series of Pokemon, and he was just like he was adorable and he was awesome. And I love Eevee because Eevee can do awesome things like evolve into 8 different Pokemon or whatever how many he's at now. Next, Tyranitar. Like a lot of these other Pokemon on this list, Tyranitar was like the coolest Pokemon to me when I was growing up because if anybody remembers Pokemon, I think the fourth movie or something with Celebi and like the dark Pokemon or whatever, Tyranitar was in that movie. And Tyranitar in that movie was absolutely terrifying and awesome. And he just kicked everybody's butt and he didn't care. So that's probably the main reason why Tyranitar is on my list. And also, besides the fact that Tyranitar looks sweet and he just. In like the real world, not necessarily in the game world, but in the real world, You know Tyranitar could kick any Pokemon's butt. Alright. Last on this list. Yeah. I mean, you guys can figure out why that is for yourselves. Trico is actually my favorite Pokemon because he's just the coolest Pokemon. Like, in the anime, he would just, like, sit and he'd, like, chew on his little stick thing, and he'd be like, I don't even care. And he'd just look at Ash and he'd just be like, you're an idiot. I don't even care. But he was, like, the best Pokemon. He was the best, and he was one of the few starter Pokemon that actually evolved into Sceptile, and Sceptile was sweet, and Grovile's awesome. And I don't really like the grass types usually that much, but Trico's just better than, like, every other Pokemon, in my opinion. Because he looks good. He's powerful, in my opinion. And I just think he's good. So, yeah, that's why he's there. That's why he's my favorite, because he's just awesome. And that's my list. Favorite Pokemon. Don't hate. Alright. See you guys next Omicron. I said that wrong in the last video, and I'm very sorry. Omicron. Next Omicron's videos coming out. I'm still trying to upload the first one, but see you guys. Oh, okay. Also, I am gonna try and get up black, so watch for that. Alright, see you guys. Deuces.